Hello friends. Well, it's me Bhanu, the creator of Stuff You Look and Easy Blogger Stuff Blogs. I'm here to cover the last part of my creativity tutorial. I mean the best ways of improving creativity and lateral thinking with habitual practices. Second part. Okay, in our previous video we had seen 13 best ways of improving through our own habitual practices. Well, in this video I'm gonna cover the rest parts of the creativity exercise that would help you change your lifestyle or thinking in terms of creativeness. Being humorous, I mean making jokes. Laughing is both physical and mental exercise, and that's why doctors recommend that to keep us free from tensions and stress. Joking often is the best way of getting laugh. Watching comedy is another way of relaxing mind. Those who are humorous are in fact creative. Framing a laughable content for whatever situations arise demands one's brain to work quickly in all possible ways. In other words, think laterally. So, better cultivate the habit of being humor. Teaching people is our next concern for being creative. Teaching is an art. Not all can teach at first instance. It requires practice. If you are teaching something, then you will be thinking in all possible ways on how to make it deliverable, how to make that understandable by listeners, what questions has to be answered. When a listener poses a question, then it requires your lateral thinking on how to come up with concepts so as to make him or her understand the concept. You will be thinking in all possible ways and solutions. That in fact is a good exercise to your brain, isn't it? Okay, the habit of having food habits is the next factor to discuss. Surprisingly, making a good food habit would support your thinking ability. A good nutritious food intake is required to activate the most important nerves of the body. Experiments confirm that consuming liquid drinks, especially water, helps to keep us active. Therefore, consume water as much as you can. Culture, meet different culture. This seems a bit out of subject topic, but this might help you at least a little. The whole world is filled with different cultural people, but unfortunately most of us stick to a particular culture and we are not interested in knowing about others. Exploring others culture is just like visiting a historic place, and so it's not a bad idea in doing so. Cultural explorations are particularly useful for designers and photographers. Cartoons and animated movies boost your imagination and enhance creativity. Watch cartoons or creative animated movies to understand how impossibilities were shown possible, the biggest booster for lateral thinking. Animals talking, showing imaginative places, crazy characters, etc., are all the imaginative things that we come across in such movies. You can see how the filmmakers were thinking beyond the limits without limiting their boundaries. So, do watch a good number of animated movies frequently rather than just wasting time on normal movies. Reading short stories is our next concern. Short stories that leave some morals at the end are good for developing and learning new ideas. Stories with illustrations, cartoons are more preferable than ordinary writings, just like we see in Japanese manga or books like Tinkle. Make it a habit of reading stories. Learning is a never ending process. New things can be grasped either by exposure or reading. So keep reading as much as you can. That can be either online or with the help of books. Use the available resources for self development. Illustrating through storyboard and story writing are the next factor for lateral thinking development. Story making is one creative way of delivering your ideas. If possible, uh, do illustrations or sketches. If illustrations or sketches join them, then that would be even better. Try to frame an interesting story, preferably concentrate on a particular character. Call him the hero of your story and communicate your story in the form of either writing or sketches, just like you see in Tinkle books or the so called Japanese manga. Okay, physical exercise and practice is the next factor to be discussed. Well, to activate your brain for lateral thinking and creativity, mental exercises alone won't contribute to the fullest. Physical exercises are also required to some extent. Physical activities make all the muscles of the body move and hence avoid laziness of the body. thus directly eliminating procrastinating and hence keep your mind and body active. Okay, the following are some good physical activities that might help you exercise your body as well as your brain. Meditation, walking or cycling for at least say 50 minutes a day, swimming, outdoor games like tennis, etc. The final factor for being creative, according to me, is by visiting knowledgeable places. Sounds interesting, right? But it's true. Places like museums, paint galleries, science exhibitions, and of course, historic places would teach you a lot. Most of the ideas are framed by taking inspirations from earlier works. Those works might give you some ideas or at least make you aware of what the historic are up to. Science exhibitions are one knowledgeable place for technicians. For others, say photographers, writers, directors, etc., museums and paint exhibitions serves a lot. Go ahead and visit such places at times. Well, that's how we covered some of the best habitual practices that would help you with creative and lateral thinking. As usual, I will wrap this video tutorial with thumb rules or the list of practices from both this and previous videos. Okay, work on patterns and puzzles, do multiple activities, live in assumptions and aspiring, live in assumptions, supportive and aspiring environment. Be productive, utilize your time but don't waste. Play video and mind games. Create, ex- create and expose to crafts, art and do it yourself works. Stay alone for quite a part of a day. Do mistakes but make sure that you learn from them. Learn new things regularly. Listen to inspiring or aspiring music. Open up and share your thoughts and ideas with others. Be a photographer, it will help you. Work mostly on interesting areas. Be humorous, often spend time joking and laughing. Teach people whatever you know and good at. Have good food habits. Meet and learn different culture. Watch cartoons and animated videos. Read short stories, especially with morals and illustrations. Create new stories by framing new characters. Involve in physical activities. Visit new and historic places quite often. Well, I hope by cultivating these habits you might turn to be creative individual. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Visit our blog Stuff You Look for more details. It's me, Bhanu signing again.